Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a weekend. My weekend wasn't, I didn't really do much, but there was so much drama. It was so funny. Alright, let's do it. Mail time. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, AliExpress. I'll have it just give you heaps of stuff all at once. I don't even know what this is. Huh. That's not what I was expecting. This is some flexible tubing, obviously, for the Honda. But I was expecting it to be better, but this will work. There's that. What else do we have? I need a knife. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, that's kind of dangerous, cutting it like that. We have this is my new radiator mount. So I'm going to use the idea is to make a traction bar and use these brackets to mount the radiator. And we've got something else. I have no idea. What have I bought that's flat? It's a gasket. Oh, I know what that is. This. So I've been trying to find a solution for my exhaust. But this is not like the photos, because in the photos it was round, I think. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it and then merge it. So it can be my mount for my exhaust on the EG. I think it'll work. Let's go have a look. Alright, so this is the look of it. I don't think it's the nicest, but it'll work. So what we're going to do is basically, because it fits over the exhaust, we're going to get rid of this section and pull it together. And that way, because it takes up relatively half, we should be okay. So I'll get rid of the middle section and I'll merge it together like that, and it should actually be quite nice. Man, I keep on forgetting to move the camera. Sorry guys, I'm not on it today. And then I'll clean up the edges a bit, that way it look a little bit nicer. But we'll see what we can get away with, because I was looking for something else. Had a couple of friends wanted to try to come up with the design and stuff like that, but no pressure. I don't want to be like, hey bro, do you remember this? No, I'm not really that type of person. So, kind of like to leave things, if they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. But yeah, I'll bring it up if I ever get pushed in the situation where I have to. Alright, so that's good. And then I can just bolt that straight onto the bumper. Alright, but we won't do this for now. We're going to stay focused. So put this away. And the wheels that I want to run, they're plus 20 offset. And they should clear, but they're not clearing the face. And I'm been thinking, did I put the washers in the right position for the spoon calipers? And maybe that's the reason why it's sitting further out instead of further, when it should be sitting further in. I'm not too sure, but like I said, it should actually go outwards regardless where the washer is instead of inwards. So I'm just trying to think of that. But yeah, alright, let's get cracking on the DC2. And also, this is ready to hit the streets. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't figure out the reverse, and I'm pretty sure I blew it. I blew something on the board, because when we were trying to test out why it wasn't working when I plugged everything in, not knowing that we needed to connect the E-lock. I think this cable, look how black it is. I blew this one. This is my reverse cable. So I don't think we're going to get reverse. And it would have been good just because this cart's so bloody heavy. And moving it around and stuff like that, it gets me tired. So we'll probably come to that point when we upgrade some bits and pieces on this unit one day. Or if I find a cheap controller on Facebook Marketplace or AliExpress Racing. But that's what we'll do. But no reverse. I wanted to set up the 12 volt, but I haven't got a multimeter yet, so I don't want to blow anything else, so that's the main reason. And everything's good on this, but I'll take that for a squirt if I can be bothered. Life's short, guys. You gotta loosen up and be able to shit on yourself every now and then. Check out this pipe. It's just this foam crappy pipe. I'm going to use this as my intake for the turbo to get some cold air into that. Positioning, it would have been okay if I didn't go stupid and install that, because I just said, I just shot a number out there when I should have just measured it properly. And if I could have brought it back at least halfway, it would have been okay. But this is life, yeah. You make mistakes, you get over it, you move on. So this is going on to the inlet. I haven't even taken off the tag. There we go. How's that? Naturally, it was supposed to go up there, but I think fabrication in my abilities is going down here. And maybe I could feed it through that nozzle, but we'll see. I just realized it gets hot down here, doesn't it? I think this is gonna last one drive. So pray for me, guys. I gotta secure that somewhere. Alright. If you squint your eyes, it doesn't look that bad. Honestly. You kind of don't even notice it. Alright, let's get the steering wheel on. Alright, so I'm just putting in the Boss kit. I've had this for ages. Interesting story. The steering wheel that I have, I've had it for, hard to say, like 12 years, maybe, or more. I bought that off a fellow Honda cat. And I actually told him the other day, he's like, wow, that's crazy. Because I think he somewhat remembers the steering wheel, but not the person. But yeah, interesting story there. Not story, but you know, account of events. Alright, I should probably tighten this properly. Which way does the steering wheel go? Is it upright or upside down? And I've got to take off one of my bolts on my Boss kit. Is would you call threaded? The head is damaged, but let's see if we can use my impact driver. See if we can crack it open with the impact driver. I think I've got one bolt on the floor, and put it the right direction, because I don't remember which direction it's supposed to go. But compared to my friends, compared to my EK, I think it's upside down. So I'm gonna have to play around with that. And should I run my steering wheel, or just run the deep dish? I'll just run the deep dish for now, until I have a change of heart. But we'll do that when we start installing all the goodies besides the steering wheel. So this is my steering wheel. Gnarly deep dish. I think it's a 350mm. like I said, I've had it for a really long time. So, and like I said, because things have stories, it's quite interesting. This was part of his EM1 track car that got sadly defected and taken off the road. So he was parting and I bought his steering wheel. Over the last couple of months, in the last month actually, you've seen me use this. So the fact that I'm using it a second time means that I've already got my money's worth, essentially. But we're going to use this Allen key to essentially remove out one of these stubborn bolts, because I've tried to use the Allen key and it's not working at all. So I think I know which one it is. Maybe I should hold the steering wheel. Nope. It's not coming out. Well, still got our money's worth. Essentially, the only way I know how to get this out, or attempt to try to get this out, is by drilling the hole a little bit deeper. I'm not too sure how much to drill, and then using these reverse drill bits, what are they called? Screw extractor. I bought this like maybe more than 10 years ago. I've used it once. So, getting our money's worth again. Yeah, no luck. I tried. Obviously, probably the hole's not getting big enough. Or I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna use a Dremel just to do a slit and then bang it out. Alright, so nothing was really working. Like, I tried to bash it out. And then I didn't come up, but I eventually realized, look, I even tried to drill it out. But what I realized is if you just take off all the bolts, right, and leave that one remaining, you can twist it from the backside. Fixed. So just rotate it a couple of times. Because obviously, I don't think it's that tight. You just hold your finger on the other side. And just keep rotating it. It only works if you only got one. So if you have one busted nut and can't do anything else better, like I can't, then you can get the bolt out. So finito. Progress. We got that sorted. We can get this on. I think I flipped it upside down. I think I did flip it upside down. So I have to flip this around, I think. I think the holes are supposed to be at the bottom. I think, hopefully I did it right. I don't remember. They should really, oh, that makes sense. They've got stickers that say which way is up. See? So I missed that one completely. So, alright, let's get these in. How do I get these in? That way. Alright, so after this, I'm probably gonna be taking for a test drive and see if there's anything missing. I won't know for a while, so let's just hope there's no cops around. Because, not to say that my car's illegal or anything like that, but it's just, I don't want them to give me a hard time. That's all. We are law-abiding citizens here, and I wouldn't condone such things. And we just want everyone to be safe and have fun. That's my message of the day. Message of the day. Alright. Let's do something like that. I don't know if I'll remember. And look, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been doing my push-ups. I really haven't. And I think about it. I think about it a lot. Not to the point where I'm like, all right, let's do it, but more so, I just haven't been doing it, and I'll get back into it. I go through those spells where I'll be like super motivated and determined, but then once that motivation dies and it just disappears. Hence why these cars have been taking so long. So I'll get back onto it, because I think I took a video last time when I was laying on the carpet because my back hurt and my shoulders. I was looking at my shoulders. I'm like, they look pretty of the opposite sex, and I was just like, oh, what? That's a little bit embarrassing. Like, I've got no like masculine form. Like, if I walk up to someone, it's like, hey, stop it. They're gonna look at my body and they're gonna laugh. So let's not be a laughing stock. Alright, cool. That's cool. I don't know how it feels. It feels a little bit too close, personally. Like, if the steering wheel was there, it'd probably be better, but we'll see. We'll see.